this will be the last part of this. The last time I have to, last one that we split up. Okay, bruh, it was just on my mind. You know, it's just absolutely crazy how much has been hidden and suppressed. I get that, this can come across as hateful, especially, if this is your first time hearing these things. Okay? I've been bringing these things out on my channel, left and right. Okay? It's very important that you understand what has happened in real history. Okay? Okay? Because you've been listening to his story, but you're not taking into consideration that they were the colonizers. Okay? So all of us that went through the compulsory school system, we were all taught the colonizer story, okay? We were taught the story that the colonizers gave to us, all right? In all the religions that we have, it was given by the colonizers, okay? These things were forced, all right? So I realize it's hard for many of you to hear these truths, okay? Because it benefited you. The lies benefited you. But here in the near future is going to be to your destruction. And I'm here to try to prevent that from happening to you. Alright? We're here to give you the life rafts. But yet, as you can clearly see, look, if anybody is tuning in right now, look around. It's crickets over here. Okay? There's pearls of wisdom and all the oracles of the Most High that I've been given to freely give on this channel. But yet is highly ostracized, is highly ignored. You see? And that right there should be proof enough of the time that we're living in. Okay? Because it's absolutely crazy. I'm literally here out of divine love, giving you this truth by the way of the Spirit, continuously, on a daily basis, fighting through all of these problems that I have to fight through in order to do what I've been instructed to do. Well, it's highly ignored. But you're still going to be held accountable. And I am not going to have your blood on my hands. Because I've been obedient, okay? I've been obedient with what I have been instructed to do. Okay? Regardless of what you choose to do. I've been instructed to do this. What I'm doing right now, right here, for a testimony. I am a living witness. I have lived my whole life upon this earth, 47 years thereof, and I definitely see firsthand how the hearts of many have waxed cold as ice. And yeah, I'm here to give you a divine opportunity to change your heart. But yet it's crickets on my channel. Do you know how long I've been instructed to do this for? A little over a year. I literally was instructed to spend all my time, energy, and effort doing what I've been given, okay? However, for a while, the Father was touching several people's heart, and they were, obedient. you know, to assist with my necessities and whatnot, out of divine love. However, as the messages got a little bit tougher to hear, a little bit harder, stepping on a lot more toes, people begin to withhold. So it's been a very long time. It's been a really long time, since I've had any love shown to me for bare necessities. And these particular messages right here about how we are to sow out of our abundance and love one another as we love ourselves, it's like the hearts of many, instead of melting, has grown colder. And it seems the longer I've had to suffer. Still yet with my internet company, it looks like I don't have internet on my desktop. It's been this way for about a week now, where it's showing a grid and no internet. However, I'm still allowed to get on here and do this live stream to the best of my ability. My computer is slow as hell. It's from 2016, But I'm steady fighting this spiritual war to do what I evidently been called to do. And I've still had no love shown to me. No love whatsoever. And it's crickets on my channel. But it's going to be for the glory of the Most High. Because I don't know how He's going to overturn my circumstances. What I do know is that my trust and faith is not in this system. Okay? I've been given the eyes to see that it's a wicked system. I've been given the understanding that it was set up by force on my land. And now, here I stand in great boldness of the Spirit of truth, led via the Spirit of truth, to speak to you and give you a divine opportunity to change your heart. There's so many big channels out there that's saying the same thing that I'm saying, but not so direct. Okay? They're saying the same thing that I'm saying, but not so direct. And they're not, the ones that I've come across have not put their life on the line and jumped off a cliff and just gave their life into the Most High's hands, trusting. Because, bro, there ain't no might in my hands. I don't earn income. I don't have any income coming in whatsoever. Okay? So I literally jumped off the cliff as instructed. I am to walk by faith and not by sight. I literally jumped into the ocean, okay? In the middle of the ocean, I'm supposed to be walking on this water, okay? By faith and not by sight. Trusting the Most High that I do not drown, okay? Standing on the firm foundation that which I have been given, okay, by way of the Spirit. The knowledge and the understanding of what has happened and what's coming. These things are worth more than money. clarity, no confusion when it comes to the times we're living in. See, I'm not fearful. What would I fear? What is there to fear? Other than, oh, your internet might be cut off. But, bruh, great destruction is coming for the wicked. And this is going to seem like as if it never happened. All of this affliction, all of this sorrow, all of this suffering, it's going to seem like nothing. It's going to be a speck in the wind here very shortly. But all of you people who refuse to change your heart, you are about to be miserable. It's going to be hell for you. Because you've got to live your heaven. You're still living your heaven. You don't want or need for anything in a physical. You have everything that your heart desires at your fingertips when it comes to finances. But you can give a crap less how those of us who don't care about money, you can care less about how we are suffering because of your greed and your love for money and this wicked ass system that was set up by force on my forefathers' land. And great wickedness was allowed to happen by the Great Spirit for only a certain amount of time. And I'm aware that that time has come to an end. So now we're here. Crickets and all. It's just a testimony. It's a witness to the state of the world in which we're living in. The coldness of the hearts of the people. 'Cause what have I really done to cause you to withhold resources from me when you have abundance? I'm here out of divine love to give to you pearls of wisdom and understanding. Walking in compassion, love, and mercy. Empathy for my neighbor. I treat my neighbor as how I would want to be treated. But I don't deserve compassion. I don't deserve love. I don't deserve mercy. I don't deserve empathy. No. In your heart you say you're a grown-ass adult. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Get a job. Earn money like a responsible adult. But my father did not create money. My maker never put a value system upon this earth. My maker instructed for all of us to love one another as we love ourselves. And I've been keeping this divine eternal law while witnessing the hardness of hearts of the people. He had placed me before you. I've been placed before you all this time. And you've chosen to reject this truth. You've chosen to bury your head in the sand and ignore this truth. All this time. And you think that you're righteous? You think you're gonna be spared? Woe unto those who are wise in their own eyes. Woe unto those who turn his ear from the cry of the poor. Woe unto those who put their trust and faith in their wealth. Woe unto those who build their nest on high and who think they're gonna escape destruction. We're instructed to love one another over and over and over and over and over. But this is ignored and rejected for the love of money. It's absolutely crazy to me. Yeah, I gotta continue to suffer. That's why the scriptures say, he that endureth till the end is the same that shall be saved. And as we're enduring, we're not allowed to have a heart of hatred. We're not allowed to be angry. We're not allowed to even be upset. But to have compassion and pity. Understand that you are in ignorance.
Now, this is a prime example. What you guys, as a Gentile nation, as the other nations have to understand is that what you're seeing and the things that are happening to you have already happened to Israel. We are like the precursor to what's about to happen to you.
Yep.
Okay, so you want to know, you want a little preview, like when you go to the movies, they give you all these previews. What happened to us is a preview of what's about to happen to you. See, when we lost power, it wasn't like, hey, we lost power, but we came back and we got empowered once again to make another run. Once the Most High says that our power, our time at the top has run its course, that's it. We've been put down at the bottom, and we've been there the whole time. We've been at the bottom for thousands of years. We might come up a little bit, but then it will go right back down because that's how it's been written in the stars. Now, this is
not just because it's been written in the stars, but let me show you something. Because every time we did come up, let me show you something. And it increased. One moment. See, we went through this great destruction for our wickedness. What the hell makes you think that you're going to escape your destruction? It's coming. Okay? He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Okay? This is not hate speech. Alright? I come in divine love. But I am here to warn you. Okay? I'm here to warn you. Also to be a divine opportunity for you. Okay? The Father has set me here, before you like a buffet. Okay? There is a buffet on this channel. Alright? You can eat and grow tremendously in the spirit and in truth. Okay? Indian massacres. Alright? Every single time we came up, every single time we were successful, we had businesses, we were self-sufficient. You came and you massacred us. You dropped bombs on us. Okay? And you think that you don't have to answer for any of this. You did this to us in our own land. You are foreigners on indigenous land. The indigenous people is still here, marginalized. You don't want to even acknowledge who we really are. You want to believe we came over here on slave ships from Africa. Well, if that was the case, how in the hell did we know the land over here in order to teach you how to farm it after it was stolen from us and given to you for free with the Homestead Act? We're the ones who taught you how to cultivate the land. How can we teach you how to cultivate the land if you stole us from a whole different continent? We wouldn't have any idea of how to cultivate it either. No, it's you that were the foreigner. And we were hired. We were the hired help. That was slavery back then. They paid us little to nothing to teach you how to farm our lands that was taken from us and given to you. Okay? When that was done, that systematic robbery, okay, now you have our lands. We taught you how to cultivate it. Now you're able to get on top. And systematically, we came down very low. However, every now and then, like I said, we'll start from scratch. And we'll build ourselves up, have our own communities. We're self-sufficient. And you come and bomb it. You did this in 1921 in Tulsa. Over and over and over. Repeatedly. You have done these things. Rosewood, 1923. Philadelphia, 1985. Over and over and over and over again. And you think you don't have to answer for any of this. You are sadly mistaken. You did systematic things to keep us down, and then you refuse to restore us. You even refuse to acknowledge who we are. You want us to be okay with your labels that you slapped upon us. And if we say anything different, we're racist. We're hateful. That's gaslighting. No, real history shows what you did to us. And it's biblical prophecy that's been fulfilled. And now it's biblical prophecy being fulfilled as he placed me before you, whether you tune in or not. Keep ignoring it. You're still going to be held accountable. You're ignoring it to your own detriment because I'm here to give you understanding and clarity for what you're about to see so that you're not fearful. But because you want to ignore these things, you're going to be in fear. You're going to tremble. Because you chose to cast off the perils of wisdom, the oracles of the living power. You chose to cast that off because you're viewing me as ignorant. That's to your own detriment. You can clearly see how y'all continue to massacre us here in our own damn land. But you still want to steady tell us to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps. See, even Martin Luther King told you back in the day that it's a cruel jest to tell a man to pull himself up by his bootstraps. Let me get that. And see, it's so crazy. How you gonna murder this man and his family and freaking make a holiday out after him? Like, wow. You literally murdered him. You assassinated him and then made it a holiday. He said it's a cruel jest to say to a bootless man that he should lift himself by his own bootstraps. It is even worse to tell a man to lift himself by his own bootstraps when somebody is standing on the boot. You are on our land. You're holding on to all of our resources. You refuse to give us back what your forefathers have stolen from us. And at the same time, want to look at us like we're lazy. We're looking for a handout. It's very wicked what you have done. And you're going to answer for all of these things. Especially if you continue to ignore it and refuse to repent and change your heart. It's about your heart. Bruh, 1 second. At the very same time, America refused to give the Negro any land. Through an act of Congress, our government was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and Midwest, which meant that it was willing to undergird its white peasants from Europe with an economic floor. We're lazy, but you were given the red carpet. You were given free land with the Homestead Act. Free land that was stolen from us. But not only did they give the land, they built land-grant colleges with government money to teach them how to farm. Not only that, they provided counter agents to further their expertise in farming. Not only that, they provided low interest rates in order that they can mechanize our farms. Not only that, today, many of these people are receiving millions of dollars in federal subsidies not to farm. And they are the very people telling a quote black man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps. That's a quote from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. around the end of the 1960s. Around the end of the 1960s. I was born in 1976. How did the government, how did the American government get the land that they gave to the European immigrants when they themselves were immigrants to this land? That should tell you that the whole system is fraudulent. So you're on shaky ground. Strangers, foreigners that's in this land, this is the promised land. And the seed of this land has been risen spiritually. We're standing upon our feet, giving you a divine opportunity. I suggest you take heed. They swindled our lands from us. Your forefathers swindled our lands from us. And gave it to their fellow foreigners. Literally, foreigners stole our land and gave it to their fellow foreigners. To this day, they refuse to restore back what they have stolen from us, the indigenous people of this land. You want to know what's so special, what's so peculiar about so-called African Americans? It's because we are not African. We're actually the original inhabitants of this land. We are the seed of promise, and we've been arisen to give you this opportunity. Your forefathers manifested their destiny. You got to live in your blessing. Original American definition. Webster's Dictionary, 1828. American, a native of America, originally applied to the aboriginals or copper-colored races found here by the Europeans, but now applied to the descendants of Europeans born here in America. That's significant because just because you appointed yourselves Americans does not make it true. No, you are still foreigners who came over here and found us, okay? And the Great Spirit allowed you to get up on top of us all of this time. But now it's time for you to make a decision. You are in the valley of decision whether you know it or not. Keep ignoring these messages, then just be oblivious that you're in the valley of decision. Go ahead and waste your time to make your decision logically. And then accept your fate when it comes crashing down upon your head all around you. We're here to warn you. When are you going to acknowledge what you've done to us? When are you going to begin to walk in divine love? When will you begin to love your neighbor as you do yourself, not your money? When are you going to renounce greed and selfishness? How long are you going to hold on to that wickedness? How long are you going to continue to create a false reality and try to project that onto the children of light? Time's up for that. Because we've been given the oracles of the living power. We've been given wisdom where none of our adversaries will be able to gainsay. You cannot refute this truth. You can't prove that we came here on slave ships from Africa. But we can prove that we've always been here and that you found us here. I've shown many receipts. Just because you choose to ignore it and bury your head in the sand does not mean you're not going to be held accountable. Luke 21:15. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. Come on here and call me a liar. Make sure you bring your receipts. Because it ain't just about what you say. It ain't just about hearsay. No. You got to show and prove. Show and prove. Where is the slave ships? Physical proof. Show us the proof of the slave ships. Back in the 16th century, Europeans sailing the great seas. Show us proof of this, that you sail here from Africa with us chained in the bottom of ships. This is your fantasy. It's a delusion. It's a false reality. No, the truth is, they said this in reverse. They told this in reverse. They were taking us from the Americas all over the place. And we have proof of this. I've shown it many times on this channel. It's not just on this channel. It's all over the place. This truth is exploding. Is exploding that the Americas is actually the old world, not the new world. It was only new to the colonizers. So you're going to have to humble yourself and unlearn, or trust in your own wisdom and prepare to be destroyed.
In the stars. Now, this is the book of Enoch, chapter 89, out of the Sefer. And I observed during the time that thus 37 shepherds were overlooking, all of whom, finished their respective periods as the first. This is talking about the 70 shepherds, Others then received them into their hands. Others received the Israelites into their hands. They got a hold of us, that they might overlook them in their respective periods, every shepherd in his own period. Afterwards, I saw in the vision that all the birds of heaven arrived, eagles, the avists, kites, and ravens. Again, there's your raven once again, making that connection with the constellation. The eagle instructed them all. They began to devour the sheep, to peck out their eyes, and to eat up their bodies. The sheep then cried out, for their bodies were devoured by the birds. The sheep couldn't fight them off, right? The sheep were weak because they had run their course. They had no more power. That's what happened to us. Now it's written in the stars that this raven is going to do the same thing to the hydra, to the snake, and the people who were associated with the snake. So they're going to be destroyed. Same thing. See, this is the revelation. This is the revealing that your churches and your pastors and your priests won't tell you. So as you continue to, cling on to these churches, cling on to their teachings, cling on to their leaders, this is what's going to happen to you. It says, I also cried out and groaned in my sleep against the shepherd which overlooked the flock. And I looked while the sheep were eaten up by the dogs, by the eagles, and by the kites. They neither left them their body, nor their skin, nor their muscles, until their bones alone remained, until their bones fell upon the ground, and the sheep became diminished.
Bro, if that ain't the valley of the dry bones, I don't know what is.
It's definitely the valley of the dry bones. 1 second. Yep, definitely the valley of the dry bones. And let me show you. Ezekiel 37. Alright? The hand of the Lord was upon me, and carried me out of the spirit of the Most High, and set me down in the midst of the valley, which was full of bones, and caused me to pass by them round about. And behold, there were very many in the open valley, and lo, they were very dry. Spiritually dead, okay? No water, no living water, alright? Literally spiritually malnourished, okay? We were destroyed, okay, as a people. Physically, mentally, and spiritually, okay? And he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live? And I answered, O Lord power, thou knowest. Again he said unto me, Prophesy upon these bones, and say unto them, O ye dry bones, hear the word of the Most High. Thus says the Most High power unto these bones, Behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and you shall live. He breathed his breath into us, and now we live. I will lay sinews upon you, and I will bring flesh upon you, and cover you with skin, and put breath in you, and you shall live, and you shall know that I am the Most High. Now he's done this within the past 7 years. And now we're standing upon our feet in great boldness, speaking this word to you by the way of the Spirit. So I prophesied as I was commanded, and as I prophesied, there was a noise, and behold, a shaking, and the bones came together, bone to his bone. And when I beheld, lo, the sinews and the flesh came up upon them, and the skin covered them above, and there was no breath in them. Then he said unto me, Prophesy unto the wind, prophesy, son of man, and say to the wind, Thus says the Most High power, Come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe upon these slain, that they may live. We are living. We are the living witnesses upon our feet. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them, and they lived, and they stood upon their feet, an exceeding great army. Yeah, we're the opposition to all the lies and the deception that has been forced upon all humanity. Then he said unto me, Son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel. Behold, they say, Our bones are dried, and our hope is lost. We are cut off for our parts. Therefore prophesy and say unto them, Thus says the Most High power, Behold, O my people, I will open your graves, and cause you to come up out of your graves, and bring you into the land of Israel. Yeah, he's getting ready to restore us. You got to spit upon us. You got to look your nose down upon us. You got to reject us and trodden us underfoot all of this time. But now we're standing upon our feet in great boldness, warning you to change your heart right before we're going to be delivered and you're going to be destroyed. It is a dual prophecy.
See, they destroyed us as a people. Under the whole heaven, there has not been another nation done like unto the children of Jerusalem. Okay? And they have never restored us. They have never repaired us. Okay? So my folks, my parents, my family that want to believe that they're free and they're saved, they have been put to sleep under a strong delusion. Okay? But all my life I had the eyes to see that I was in captivity. Alright? And I did not like it. I did not like the captivity, the cage that I was in. See, I knew that I was in a cage. I knew that there was no might in my hand. There was no power in my hand to get myself up out of the situations that I found myself in. Okay? I knew I was in captivity. Okay? So therefore, that caused me to act out differently. My life took a way different course because I knew I was encaged. I knew I was in captivity, and I did not like it. I was not complacent with it. Okay? So that made me rebellious. Okay? I became the rebellious type against this world, against social conditioning, social constructs, and all of these things that's been set up, and where the majority of people try to project their reality upon me. But because I didn't accept it and I didn't conform, I was ostracized. This is just the way my life has went because I was different, okay? I was set apart from the get. I knew I was in captivity. While my family are oblivious to the fact that we've been in captivity, okay? Hell, all of humanity is in captivity. All over the earth, people are having to literally work jobs in order to sustain their freaking life, except for the wealthy, okay? The wealthy is the only people that don't gotta work in order to sustain their life. They've been living their heaven upon this earth at the expense of everyone else. And the everyone else that's slaving for their bare necessities, because they're complacent with that BS, they want to be mad at people like me that woke up to it and that could see our captivity, okay? When we try to unplug you from the system, when we try to wake you up, we try to make you see what we can see, you attack us. You get mad at us. You want to misjudge us. You want to mislabel us. You want to stigmatize us. You want to ignore us. You want to ostracize us. And you hate us.
Here's your valley of dry bones.
Hold on. Those who benefit from an evil system will never speak against the evil. Neither will those who are enslaved by it. See, I was mentally aware that I was enslaved, okay? I knew that I was not free. So therefore, my family around me, they see me as a raving lunatic, okay? Because they could not see what I could see. When I would explain the captivity the best way that I could, they seen it as if I was crazy. They were comfortable and complacent with this captivity. They adapted themselves to it. Like this is just normal life. That we are treated like trash. Yeah, sure enough, everybody has to work jobs, but clearly there is one group of people that's not making the same amount as another group of people. It's like they kept ignoring that this was taking place. They kept being oblivious to this because of Christianity, keeping them delusional. that they are saved. How are you saved when this is your life? You have another nation just standing upon you, treating you like utter crap, treating you less than human. And we're just supposed to put up with this? We're just supposed to accept this and be like, oh, well, life ain't fair. So what, we have to work 2 and 3 times harder than all the other nations around us? Do what you have to do. Become successful. See, my whole family had this mentality. And they looked down at me because I did not have the ambition like them to make something of myself in this satanic ass system. Okay? See, I knew it was all bullshit. I knew that this system was bullshit and that there was no way that I could make something of myself with this bullshit system. Even though they prided themselves in the fact that they could. Because they had to be blinded to this. They were blinded to this. And they adapted to it. They accepted their oppressor's mentality. And they got with the system and did what the system told them to do to make a quote-unquote success of themselves. But I couldn't do that, okay? I couldn't do that. I am a glitch in this system. And many people hate me because of that. As you can clearly see, there's crickets on my channel. I don't care whether you tune in or not. I don't care if you keep ignoring these messages. Look, the only way that you're hurting me is I suffer in the physical. Yeah. The more and more you withhold from me and all of these things, but my Father sees all of this. Okay? And the more I have to suffer and go through these long periods of time, suffering with no love being shown to me, no compassion, no mercy, and the longer I sow these good fruits of the Spirit and these oracles, the more the Most High is going to bless me in the long run. And the more those who had the opportunity to ease my suffering, the more they are going to suffer. Okay? Everybody is going to reap what they sow. And we're in a time of this paradigm shift to where everybody's about to be revealed, whether you're wicked or righteous. Okay? We're in a time of the revealing. Okay? Let's go over this right quick so I can close it out. The apocalypse. Very few people know that the original Greek translation of apocalypse means, quote, lifting of the veil, or, quote, revelation. A disclosure of something hidden from the majority of humanity. Not mankind, okay? Mankind is an offshoot, okay? It is a distortion. All right, it's a non-people. All right, it's the holy wicked. All right, mankind. No, humanity. Okay, is a disclosure of something hidden from humanity. Okay, from the majority of humanity, in an era dominated by falsehood and misconception. Okay. Far from being a horrible experience unless you're wholly wicked, apocalypse represents the revealing of the true nature of things. See, we've been living in gross deception. The holy wicked have all the resources of the earth, and they have been allowed by the Great Spirit to do what they will with it. This was the time of their blessing. Okay? And even those who are not even wholly wicked, but are descendants of these people, the offspring of these people, you have been allowed to partake in the blessing. Okay? Yes, all of this time. But the holy wicked at the top, those who set themselves up in authority, they have taken it upon themselves to pollute, to freaking poison the resources, the food, the water, everything that we consume. They have poisoned it and selling it to the people. You think that the Great Spirit is going to allow these wicked people to continue all of these atrocities? No. There's a time limit to this. We've been living in great deception for a certain amount of time. And now the veil is being lifted because the children of light has been risen. But you're choosing out of ignorance to ignore and reject us, to cast us off as the ignorant. But it's about to be revealed, the true nature of things. It ushers in an era of forgotten freedoms. See, you forget what true freedom really is. You think you're free when you're having to wake up every day to an alarm clock to go clock in and work for your boss, to earn money in order to buy what you need. At the freaking whim of the worst of the heathen. At every whim. They're the ones that raise the freaking prices. They're the ones who cause inflation. But you're at their mercy. You're at the mercy of the worst of the heathen. But you refuse to humble yourself and listen to the one who's been given the wisdom of these things. These people set themselves up in authority on stolen land. So their whole system is fraudulent. They took away your freedom, people. Your real freedom. Your real freedom to live happy and free. Not to be tied down to economic slavery. Having your food poisoned. Forced advertisements. Forced to be a consumer. Everything forced in this evil ass system. Because evil forces every damn thing. It ushers in an era of forgotten freedoms and unprecedented clarity. I'm here to give clarity. I'm here to give understanding. I'm here to give pearls of wisdom. It's worth more than any amount of money upon this earth. This, quote, lifting of the veil will set us free from the misery that's been the result of ignorance and blind deception. You no longer have to be blinded. Humble yourself like that of a child. Unlearn and relearn via the Spirit of truth while He has us here speaking to you. Because we're going to be delivered and we're going to be taken care of. Yes, we are. I'm being obedient. Ain't no way in hell you gonna tell me that I gotta continue to be subservient to these wicked people who set themselves up in authority over me. Ain't no way in hell you gonna tell me that I have to be forced to go get one of their jobs to earn money in order to have my life sustained. These wicked people are on my land, raking in billions of dollars off of the slave labor of my people and all of you who get your jobs. They are foreigners living lavishly on my land. I say my land because we are the indigenous people that were here when your forefathers came and stole everything that we had. But we back then did not claim it as our land. That's why we didn't have no qualms of having you come join us over here in this land. As long as you respected us, you respected the creation. But instead, some of you were wholly wicked. And we already went over how you got up on top. And we can clearly look around in the world and see how you're on top and we're on the bottom. And to this day, you still say no restoration to you niggas. You don't deserve reparations. You still want to tell us to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps. Nah, it's time for you to change your heart or prepare for your destruction. I'm a glitch in this matrix. And your time is up against the remnant.
Here's your valley of dry bones. Right there.
Man.
So they'll give you the dry bones and how they come back at the end in the Bible, in the book of Ezekiel. But they won't tell you about the birds and how they devoured the sheep, how they devoured the muscles, the skin, everything. Because that might lead you to these constellations and these other stories. See, they're telling you that you're just going to be raptured away.
How you gonna be raptured away? Like, what have you done with your life that warrants you to be raptured up to heaven? You've been living your heaven. You've been ignoring those of us that's been suffering.
Yes, indeed. Let me show you how you've been living in your heaven. One thing, I mean, I didn't showed you this over and over and over. 1 second. Alright, 1 second. Alright, my computer is being really laggy, okay? So work with me. Alright, my computer being stupid right quick. Bruh, come on, man. Everything, okay? Everything being laggy right now. Man, you messing with me. It's hard for me to flow by way of the spirit when it won't freaking keep up. You gotta keep up with the freaking spirit, bro. And you know, it's slowing down on me. Like, the freaking computer, like, causing me issues, bro. Now, I have to go back in this audio a little bit, bro.
See, they're telling you that you're just going to be raptured away.
How you gonna be raptured away? Like, what have you done with your life that warrants you to be raptured up to heaven? You've been living your heaven. You've been ignoring those of us that's been suffering.
Look at the symbolism here. Okay? See, we don't have any symbolism like this. When you can't find us having symbolism of treating other people like this. But you do. Okay? You got your statues that you literally... Bruh, do you not see this? Okay? You know what you have done to us. Look at the pendant that the Queen wore. Okay? This is white supremacy. You got to do this to the Aboriginal people of this land and all lands. But this is the last part of the earth where it was allowed by the Great Spirit to take down the indigenous people of this land. And you refuse to give back what your forefathers have stolen and what you got to have partaken of. Your blessing. You have private jets and private boats. You have gotten to live deliciously. You've gotten to live deliciously. Okay? Yes, you have. It must be nice, right? See, I'm not envious of you whatsoever. I'm just showing you how you guys have gotten to live, the majority of you. I'm not saying each and every one of you individually. This is as a whole, okay? The majority of you Europeans got to live deliciously on this land, okay? What do boat owners of multiple boats look like? There you go. I didn't create this right here. I found that on Google, okay? As I was looking up boat owners, okay? They know. You know, okay? They tell you themselves. What do boat owners of multiple boats look like? Pale-skinned people, Japheth, the Gentiles who have had their blessing, okay? Stop playing with us, all right? You had your time. Now it's time to let us go free, all right? You trying to tell us that you haven't been living in your blessing? Yes, you have, okay? Yes, you have. I'm not mad at you. I'm not angry at you. I'm here to give you this truth by the way of the Spirit so that you have a divine opportunity to change your heart. Either way, I'm giving you a choice. I'm placing before you your choice. The same thing that the Father said in the beginning. The same thing all the prophets said. The same thing the promised anointed one came to do. The same thing all the disciples did. And everybody who was martyred in the Inquisition. We all give you wicked people a choice to change your heart. And now here's your final opportunity. And it's crickets on my channel. So it's just like, woe unto you. You have no idea what you are doing. None whatsoever. Wow. You're just going to run it all out, right? You're going to let all the time run out. Wow. So literally, what have you people done to deserve to be raptured? Explain that. One second. It's so crazy. Y'all seriously think you're gonna reap all the benefits of trotting down the true seed of this land, and you pay no mind to our suffering, but you think you about to be raptured. That's wild. That's wild. That's deep deception.
Well, you live lavishly. See, if you evangelicals were so righteous, you wouldn't be living in your hundreds of $1,000 homes. You wouldn't be driving your freaking hundreds of $1,000 cars. You wouldn't be able to send each and every one of your kids off to the best colleges. See, all of you are self-righteous. You serve Lucifer. You serve the God of this world that set himself up in authority over all creation and all humanity, and it was allowed to him for a time, and half a time. He was allowed to show forth his kingdom upon this earth, and you people have been complacent with it, okay? And you hate the Father's true people. You hate those of us with the eyes to see. Many of you are envious. I got family members that's most likely envious, and this is why they detest me. This is why they shun me. This is why they don't want to talk to me. They want to believe that just because they were on the earth longer, they know more than me. They may know more than me in some aspects. But when it comes to this truth, I have sought for answers. I had questions. You know, I couldn't just accept what I've been told all my life. That does not make me your enemy. I am here to help you.
Nothing but opinions, no facts whatsoever. They just say, hey, say the sinner's prayer, not in the Bible. You're going to get raptured away, not in the Bible. As if somehow the Most High's chosen people and what they've gone through means nothing. Even though in the scriptures it says, those that bless Israel shall be blessed, and those that curse Israel shall be cursed. That is in the scriptures. So you better figure out real quick who the real Israelites are.
Man, and you've been blessing the synagogue of Satan. You need to look for the ones that's never been restored. You need to look for the ones that's been destroyed and has never been repaired. That is true Israel, okay? That is the seed of Israel. Okay? Your so-called Negro, your so-called African American. Yes, it is about skin color when it comes to this truth. When it comes to the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It be your Negro. Okay? It be your African American. Alright? Because those are proverbs and bywords that were slapped upon us. We kept being renamed, relabeled, okay? Reclassified, alright? We are the ones that had everything stolen from us. Okay, yes, we brung it upon ourselves, and those of us that have humbled ourselves and have repented of our sins and the sins of our forefathers, and we walk after the commandments of the Father, the eternal laws of love and life, He is about to redeem us, and He has given us pearls of wisdom and knowledge. Okay? That is why we're going to shine as the lights in the firmament. While many of you who are on your pedestals, who set yourself up in authority over all humanity and all creation, putting all all of us under captivity and forcing all of us to slave for our bare necessities, you are about to be humiliated. And all of you who have been complacent with that, yeah, you're going to be humiliated too. And you're going to feel so bad within yourself and how you treated people like me. Oh yes, all my family members, bruh, they're gonna see this truth. They're gonna hear this truth, bro. Whether they hear it from me or not, they're gonna hear it and they're gonna know it. And they're gonna know that I was put in their life to help them, yet they shunned me and they received not what the Father had given to me to share with them in order to help them. Everybody in my life, bro, everybody in my life, I have literally been put here to help you.
But you refuse to see my value. You refuse to see the value in what I've been given to give to you. It's not about money. It's not about capitalism and materialistic things. It's about love and compassion and mercy, understanding, wisdom, knowledge. These things is what really matters. Not money, not clout, not supposed education, okay? Because that's just freaking ideologies of men. That ain't true wisdom. That's not true intelligence. Wisdom and intelligence comes from the Creator, from the Allspark, the giver of the breath of life. Not from a freaking institutional system.
Everybody in my life, bro, everybody in my life, I have literally been put here to help you. But I've had the most hell in my life, received the most hate, the most judgment, the most stigmatizing, the most ridicule, the most ostracizing. All of this because I walk by love and from the heart and not from my head, not from the head where I could not even just accept what I was told. So of course I wasn't living from the head. I was always driven by my heart. So that's the difference between me and most people. It is not a coincidence that I don't have friends, okay? It's not a coincidence that I am a loner, okay? Because I am set apart by the Father. I am here to do His will upon this earth, okay? And life is about to get so much better for the children of light. Okay? We are going to be protected. You self-righteous even...
Hold on, let me show you something. Yes, because the end of oppression is coming. We're in this time right now. Okay? We're instructed to give you this truth. Okay? But you're going to let us go. You are going to set us free because it's time. Alright? It's time to end this captivity. And it's going to be ended. Yes, it is. All right? More than 400 years. 400 plus years of oppression is over. Okay? You are going to set His people free. We are instructed to proclaim these things to you. Okay? Yes, we are. All right? Isaiah 14, 1 through 17. 1 second. Because it's time to let His people go. Okay? Yes, it is. You think you're going to continue to trotting down our lands? You know, you think you're gonna continue to spit on us, tell us to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps, all of these wicked things you're saying to us? You're on our land. You're on the land that we were on with before your forefathers came here. What is it that you do not understand? Come on. I'm not gonna probably read all of this, but for the Most High will have mercy upon Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel, will yet choose Israel and set them in our own land, set us in our own land, and the strangers, the ones that are obedient, the ones that cleave, the strangers that cleave, all right, will be joined together with us, all right? You will cleave to the house of Jacob, the seed of Israel. The strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. I hope you begin to listen and humble yourself like that of a child. Begin to cleave unto the children of Israel, the children of light, those of us where you can see the fruits of the Spirit. We walk in divine love, joy, peace, long suffering. Okay, goodness, compassion, mercy. All right, you must see these fruits of the Spirit on the children of light that you cleave unto. Okay, and these people shall take them and bring them to their place, the house of Israel. They will live among them. You will live among us. All right, in the land of the Most High. All right, yes, you will be serving. Okay, but it's going to be done out of righteousness. And you're going to want to. Okay, because you will know that all of this time we have been the servants of the earth. Okay, we have been on the bottom of a wicked ass system. Okay, but you are about to know righteousness. Okay, yes, this is going to be done in righteousness, so don't get the wrong idea. It's not going to be harsh bondage. You're going to be happy. Okay, you're going to be joyful. You're going to be happy. You're going to want to serve us. This is our land. Do you not understand what I'm saying? Okay, you were allowed to be on our land, the land that was indigenous to me and my people. Okay, so it's like going to somebody's house. Are you going to go to their house and just take over their house and treat the original people like as if they don't matter? Or will you have respect for the people of whom you're visiting? Okay, that's what it's going to be like. You're going to be aware that you're on someone else's land. Okay? But you're being allowed to stay and partake of the blessings. Okay? That is the situation that it will be. All right? No, you're not going to be under harsh captivity and bondage like how your forefathers did to us. Okay, no, this is going to be done out of righteousness. Okay? But the wicked, you're going to destroy yourselves. Okay? Yes. And it shall come to pass in the day that the Most High shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, and from thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou wast made to serve. This is coming to pass. It has not came to pass yet, people. Okay? Thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how has the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. Yes, you're going to cease your oppression against us. Okay? For the Most High will break the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. Okay? They had already showed you during the burial of the queen how that wand was broken in half. Okay? Yeah, that wand. Since when do queens supposed to have a wand? Usually, Queens have a scepter, okay? But they broke a wand. They showed you this on national TV. Verse 6, he who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, which they have done, he that ruleth the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindereth. Okay? The whole earth is going to be at rest and be quiet after all of this, okay? After the destruction of the wicked, okay? After the complete destruction of the wicked, all right? Those that are left is going to be a small amount. Because this world was made for many, but the world to come is made for few. Once all the wicked is dealt with, the whole earth is going to be at rest, and it's going to be quiet, and we will all break forth in singing and praise, rejoicing. Yeah, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon sing. Since thou art laid down, no fellow is come up against us. You know what this is? It is you righteous elms that's gonna help us. Okay? You elm trees, you fir trees. Yes, you're gonna help us. Okay? You're gonna acknowledge the fact that we have been trodden underfoot by the worst of the heathen. And you're gonna sow out of your abundance. The righteous of you will stand up and take your place as the elm trees for the vine. The pomp is going to be brought down to the grave, okay? Those who are puffed up in their pride and their arrogance, they're going to be brought low. Pride always goes before destruction. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations? There's a certain nation that he was allowed to run rampant through. He used you. He used your love of greed and materialistic things to bring hell on this earth against the children of light. The Gentiles is the ones who seek after the riches and wealth of the earth. One second. Take no thought, saying, what shall we eat, or what shall we drink? Wherewithal shall we be clothed? For after all these things do the Gentiles seek. For your heavenly Father knoweth that you have need of all of these things. But seek ye first the kingdom of the Most High, and his righteousness. Apply that righteousness to your life. Walk in it by faith and not by sight. And all of these things shall be added unto you. Therefore take no thought for tomorrow will take care of itself. Sufficient unto the day. Alright, any more than that would be evil. Okay? Taking more than you need is evil. Okay? And it is the Gentiles that do these things. It's the Gentiles that taught selfishness and greed upon the earth. So you have to unlearn that. It came from Satan. Selfishness. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, and I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregations in the sides of the north. Now here is telling you, all right, your Roman, bro, that is the head of the religions, okay? But they also are established over here in the fourth part of the earth. They got their tentacles over here. And Britain has their tentacles over here. And then the military power that's over here is freaking being bullies for over the whole damn earth, forcing everybody to bow down to the freaking beast. This has happened. This was all of Satan, Lucifer. And yes, there was a nation of people that was used, the Gentiles, during this half a time. You have had the rule of the earth. Your master has said that he would ascend above the heights of the clouds, and that he would be like the Most High. He made a kingdom on this earth. And many of you got to live lavishly in his kingdom because he rewarded you handsomely. You don't have to worry about your basic needs. You have abundance. And you have stored up your treasure upon this earth. And if you refuse to repent, right along with your master and the God you chose to serve, you're going to be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee, and consider thee, saying, is this the man that had made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? You had all of this power and authority. You caused all of this misery and suffering, then had the nerve to blame it on the poor. No, it's because of your greed and your selfishness. Let's keep it real. That made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof. That opened not the house of his prisoners, refused to let us go. Hardening your heart like a modern day Pharaoh. You will fall. You will be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, every one in his own house. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with the sword, that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden under feet. You're going to reap what you have sown. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers. So you think you don't have to pay for the atrocities of your forefathers? You are sadly mistaken. We had to pay for the iniquity of our forefathers. Yes, we did. That curse was said, may his blood be upon us and upon all our children. Well, that played out. Under the whole heaven has not another nation been done like unto the seed of Jerusalem. And you are going to pay for the atrocities of your ancestors, your forefathers. Yes, you are. The blood that was spilled in this land in order to give you your generational wealth, in order to give you your generational land that was passed down for generation to generation to generation. You don't think that you will have to answer for how you got that land? Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. For all your atrocities going to come against you, says the Most High Host. You're going to be cut off. And the remnant and son and nephew, says the Most High. Everybody attached to you, everybody attached to this, everybody who got to participate in the blessing. If you don't use those blessings for righteousness' sake, then prepare to perish with your blessing. Okay? I would also make it a possession for bittern and pools of water, and I will sweep it with a bosom of destruction, says the Most High of Hosts. You are going to perish with your wealth, and you're not going to be able to take it with you. Okay? The wealth of the wicked is laid up for the just. The Most High of Hosts has sworn, saying, surely as I have thought, so shall it come to pass, and as I have purposed, so shall it stand. Your yoke is going to depart from off of us. You are going to let us go free. You're going to take the burden of this economy, this economic system from off of our shoulders. It was built upon our land fraudulently. This is the purpose that is purposed upon the whole earth. And this is the hand that is stretched out upon all the nations. For the Most High of Hosts has purposed, and who shall disannul it? And his hand is stretched out, and who shall turn it back? See, there's a purpose for you Gentiles, the righteous of you. You are allowed to take possession of all of his goodly treasures on this land and live lavishly for a time, times, and half a time. But now you're in a valley of decision, and you get to choose whether you're going to be a righteous elm or you're going to hold and hoard to all the things that was ill-gotten. Go back and watch the Leprechaun movies and tell me what happened to those who got gain ill-gotten. It's your choice whether you're going to use your blessing to do righteousness or continue to do wickedness and perish. All right? Because you're not going to stop this prophecy from coming to pass whatsoever. All right? Renounce your ways. Choose to do good. Choose to do righteousness while you still have time.
Hey, we are going to be protected. You self-righteous evangelicals and you self-righteous Hebrew Israelites, what makes you think you're going to get raptured? What makes you think that you're going to receive salvation? Are you walking in love? If you can't even keep the first principle, the basic commandment of love, loving your neighbor as you do yourself, you don't have no compassion in your heart, no empathy. You want to be like, well, if you receive money, then that means you're a hypocrite. You should just be homeless. Really? So if I'm homeless, how can I build these videos, bruh? If I'm homeless, how could I do what the Father told me to do? No, see, you're self-righteous and you're setting yourself up on this pedestal where you think you got the right to judge me and put your stigmas and your labels upon me, your perception upon me, and I'm just supposed to accept that. No, I don't gotta accept your perception of me. No, I speak the eternal truth of the Most High. And if you can't accept that truth, then that's okay. I'm not here to force you. I'm not here to force anybody to do anything. But you are not gonna make me receive your perception. That ain't who I am just because that's how you perceive me, okay? You can perceive me however the hell you want to perceive me. That don't make it the reality. It may be your reality, but it don't make it the real reality. Okay? Just understand that.
So this is what is about to happen to the Gentiles and the other nations and the heathens. It's written in the stars. The whole story is in there. And you're going to be amazed at more information that's going to be coming out real soon, Most High willing. All praise is the Most High Yahweh.
Badass episode, Big Judah. Badass as usual, bruh. And no lies detected. You know, I'm in 100% agreement with everything my brother stated on this. And on that note, I'm going to end it. Shalom.
And I ain't got nothing else to say. Alright, this is almost 2 hours again. So I gave you close to 4 hours today. Led via the spirit of truth. Highly suppressed. Highly ignored. Highly ostracized. But hey, your blood ain't gonna be on my hands. You have been warned. Whether you tune in or not. You will be held accountable. You're gonna be held accountable for everything that we're bringing forth. Okay? Because you, deep down, you know what you've done to us. Yes, you know what you've done to us. And you know that you ought to restore us. So you continue to hold on and hoard to all our resources that you're holding on to. Hey, you're making your choice. Alright? On that note, shalom.